All right, problems on trinomials, Yasmin. We are going to look at how to factor it, and I'm going to go over the two different types and go over doing the table on Desmos. Anytime that you have a trinomial, binomial, whatever it may be, you want to find the GCF, and I've shown on Desmos what you would do in terms of finding the GCF. You are going to type in those lowercase letters, GCF, and then you are going to, once you have those typed in, you are going to just put the numbers in parentheses and it will tell you what that GCF is. All right, this is a trinomial that has the number 1 in front of x squared. When we have that, we do not have to do anything other than find what two numbers multiplied together is equal to the third number, 24, but when added together is equal to that second number, which is 10. And to do that, we are going to be going to Desmos. And on Desmos, I'm going to add my table by clicking the plus sign and then table. I'm going to type in beginning with -10, and I use my blue key here to enter, -9, enter, and notice that -8 showed up, and every time that I push that blue key, the numbers are going to show up. So I just keep pushing it until I get to x is equal to 10. All right, I'm going to scroll up to the top, and where you see Y1, you are going to, in your table, put the third number divided by x1, and that in this case is going to be 24 divided by x1. So we are going to type, where you see Y1, I'm going to type 24 divided by, and I have to get rid of that 1 up there on top. 24 divided by x1, and it's going to give me tables that's going to show up in terms of your values, and I'm not sure why that's showing a triangle there. Let me just X out of that and see if I can type from scratch. I have 24 on top and x1 on the bottom. And now we're going to see a combination of numbers that equals 24 when you multiply them together. You do not do decimals, so you do not have to worry about any y value that is a decimal. We want to look only at those that are not. So basically what we're doing is we're taking those two numbers and we are adding them together. -8 plus -3 would be -11. -6, -4 is -10. I noticed that in my problem, everything is positive, so that should mean something to me in terms of the table. I'm going to be looking for positive numbers, all right, that add up to be 10. And when I do that, I'm going to find 6 and 4. 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. So the two numbers that I want to use are 4 and 6. And I just write my answer is going to be 2 parentheses. To get x squared, I'm multiplying x times x. And my two numbers were +4 and +6. All All right, this trinomial is a little bit different than the other one. The first thing you're going to do, though, is find the GCF of the numbers 2, 7, and 6. And when you do that, you get 1, so you don't do anything to the problem. But the number in front of x squared is 2. When that number is not 1, then we have to do what is called slide and divide. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to slide, and when I slide that 2, it moves over and it is multiplied times that 6. So my problem now would look like x squared plus 7x plus 12. At this point, I'm ready to go to my table on Desmos. And I'm going to type in the third number divided by x1. And due to the fact that I'm on a different screen, then I'm going to add that table again. And it's negative 10. And then negative 9. Negative 8. Negative 7, and this one is not automatically going to go through because I ended up messing up on that first one, so I'm just going to type from scratch again because I don't want to manually type in all of those numbers. Alright, so we're going to type in negative 10, enter, negative 9, enter, and it looks like it's going to make me type them in for some reason. All right, so what we're looking for is what two numbers multiplied together is equal to 12, but when we add them together, it equals 7. Okay, and this one's pretty simple because the factors of 12, you can multiply 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4, and 3 plus 4 is actually going to be equal to 7. All right, so you would write this as 2 parentheses, x plus 3 and x plus 4. If you slide, you must divide, and when you divide, that means the number that you slid, which was 2, you're going to divide by. That's going to give you in the second parentheses x plus 2. 3 divided by 2 is a decimal. You cannot have decimals in fractions, and when that happens, that bottom number comes up. Okay, that bottom number is going to come up.